Hi everybody, it's George Foshin, call Realty Best Palos Verdes Homes, and wow, January 2025 is already gone. 31 days, gone. I mean, wasn't Christmas just, a couple hours ago? Time. All right, so how's the market doing? Where's it going, or where might it go? What facts can we count on to have an understanding about where the market is going? And those facts are based on supply and demand, because as you've heard me say a billion times over the last 44 years that I've been an agent and a broker here in the South Bay area, Palos Verdes, Beach Cities, Torrance, San Pedro, etc. Real estate is a commodity. And just like any other commodity, its price is regulated only by one thing, actually two things. The forces of supply and demand, and how that gets all mixed up and comes out the other side, we're going to take a look at that. So go to palosverdes.com, palosverdeshomesbest.com. Just a couple of real quick things. You can use this blue tab here to schedule time, either a Zoom call or meet at your house if you're thinking of selling, or meet at a property that you want to take a look at, or meet at my office to talk real estate, or meet for coffee, whatever. So you can use that. You can use the contact us. You can use this tab right here to engage a AI run automated value model. There are problems with every AVM that's out there, so we need to talk about that. And I have some solutions for those problems. After all, a computer algorithm cannot nuance the differences between view quality, condition quality, micro location quality, lot utility quality from one property to another. Computers just aren't that smart yet. So you do need a human touch, and that's why you see huge margins of error with these AVMs. But that being said, this is a good one, and you can search homes in private by using this tab here, the Buy tab. That will take you to a site where, unlike those big portals, and you know the ones that I'm talking about, you're not sending them any checks, are you? I don't think you are. So how do they make money? Well, they make money by data mining your computer, your mobile devices. They scrape your personal contact information patterns. They even know what website you visit after you leave their site. So if that's the kind of privacy invasion you enjoy, keep on using those sites. But if you want to search homes in private, you can even get to my site by typing in those words, search homes in private.com. If you don't want to get data mined, then use my site. Your information will never be sold. It'll never be shared. I make money by earning a commission. That means earning your trust so that you choose me to represent you when it comes time to advocate for your interests. All right, on with the show. Let's hit the blog tab right up there, and the page you're going to want, it looks like this. Now, right now, it's the first one on the list. It may not be by the time you see this video. So just look for this graphic, and let's get into there. This video that you see here is going to be replaced by the one I'm recording right now. All right, let's go to some of the charts. What's going on? The point of this first chart is simply this. Please try to avoid using averages when you're trying to figure out what your home is worth or what you should offer on a property. They're good for some things, but they will lead you down a rabbit hole you do not want to go if you rely on them too much. And the proof is clear. These are the homes sold on the Palos Verdes Peninsula in the last 6 months, and they've ranged from under $500 a foot to just about $2,000 a square foot. And while there's certainly a pattern, most of the homes are selling in this range. Not all of them do. So if you use averages too much, you're going to get rolled. All right, so that's that. You can scan in this to see where that takes you. Surprise. Next chart. All right. This bar chart profiles two separate periods of time. This one here, the blue bars are in reference to a short period of time. short period of time, December and January, just 2 months worth of data. The green bars are a longer period of time, a 6-month period of time. So the reason I juxtapose these is so that you can see what the latest trends are relative to the longer trends. The longer trends, the longer trends show the following to be true. December through January 2025, okay? Palos Verdes Estates and the South Bay. Do you see what the differences are? See what's going on here? We need to talk about that. All right, let's go to the next chart. So this, you won't find this metric anywhere. So first of all, I've been collecting data on the South Bay real estate market since the early 90s. You should see the size of the spreadsheet that I have. It's enormous. And in this particular chart, what I'm profiling is the sale price, the typical sale price for a property sold in the South Bay in January of 2025 versus the typical sale price of a home in the South Bay in January of 2024. So, and then I track that delta, that change over time. Market was getting better, market dumped, market's getting better. We see some interesting things here. You know, we see higher highs, higher lows, but that trend sort of shifted in 22, 23. And while in this very latest one, I wrote down the numbers, while prices are $197,000 more in January 25 versus January 24, get this, okay, remember that number, 197,000 higher? So that's good, right? Prices have gone up. But between January 23 and January 24, prices had gone up 269,000. So the market's ability to churn ever higher sale prices, that's slowed. It's still positive, but the rate of change has slowed. And then I did the same thing for Palos Verdes Estates, and that was worrisome. In January 25, prices were 1.57 million less than January 24, whereas January 24 compared to January 23, prices were $780,000 more. So the market has really, really slowed, or the big giant houses aren't selling like they did before compared to now. We'd have to dig a little deeper in that to figure that out entirely. For the Palos Verdes Peninsula, sale volume is down almost 10%, comparing August 23 through January 24 and August 24 through January 25. You see that I've taken seasonality out of the equation by using the same 6-month block of time separated by a year. Sale dollar per square foot is down 2.63%. I'm sorry, hang on a minute. I may have misspoken a second ago. So did I say sale volume was down or did I say sale prices? I don't remember. Sale volume is down almost 10%. Dollar per square foot, 2.63. Prices down almost 5% compared to the same 6-month period a year ago. So that's interesting. The market's ability to absorb inventory, that's suffered a little bit too. We have 292 days of unsold inventory on the market. There was 260 days in the prior 6-month period, and the 6-month period a year ago, August 23 through January, only 234 days. So that's an increase of what? 30%, or a decrease, I should say, of 30% or so in the market's ability to absorb inventory. It's harder to get a home sold now. It's taking more time. That means if you're pricing your home, if you're a seller and you're pricing your home in Palos Verdes Estates, you've got to look at the competitive sales and maybe discount a little bit if you want your home sold in the same period of time as prior homes have sold. That's just the facts. Okay, this is not opinion, this is just fact. We see similar things for the entire Palos Verdes Peninsula. You see these trends here. Same kind of a trend for the Palos Verdes Peninsula as a whole. Greater South Bay, that's a little different actually. The The most recent 6-month period of time, the market's been able to absorb property at a slightly better rate than before, but slower than the prior 6-month period. And you can follow these metrics for other measures other areas that I do. I have other charts that you can make yourself familiar with, and all the data, the hard raw data that I use to accumulate the charts are in here. So let me touch, if you're still awake, with this economic news, let me just address this a little bit. So you can see here, I take the same 6-month period of time separated by a year, then I compare it to the most recent 6-month period of time. And you know, supply and demand is just two sides of the same coin. You can't describe how the market is doing without looking at how both supply and demand fold into one another, and how it finds some sort of an equilibrium. So we see that supplies are down 14% in Palos Verdes estates from a year ago. So that's great for a seller, right? If you're a seller, you're competing against fewer properties. But on the other hand, demand, as evidenced by pending sale volume, has dropped 2 times as much. So that's why you saw the number of days of unsold inventory increase substantially in that chart I showed a couple of minutes ago. So that's, you know, you gotta be really careful pricing homes right now. By the way, if you're a buyer, how can you use this data to negotiate a better deal when you make an offer on a seller's home? We need to talk about that. I do the same sort of an analysis for the Palos Verdes Peninsula as a whole, the Greater South Bay as a whole, Rancho PV, Rolling Hills Estates, and Rolling Hills. There you go. Thanks for watching this long video. It's 13 minutes now, but some really significant changes to the market, mostly not favoring sellers so much. So we need to be, if you're a seller, again, you need to be really careful at looking at competitive sale data and taking this new economic news that I'm sharing with you and putting it in perspective with how you price your home, or if you're a buyer, how you're going to offer on a property. Use the Calendly link to book some time with me to talk about it more, or just click into the Contact Us button up here, and then click here to contact me, and just fill in some information, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks for watching. Come back to this site in a month, and I'll have a new video and new data. Who knows where the market's going to take us? None of us really have a perfect crystal ball, but my data should help you quite a bit. Bye for now.